Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Making headlines this morning, the death toll from the Maui wildfires has now reached 93. Up next, what survivors are doing now to just get by.
Outside with live cam, down to about 80 degrees. Morning clouds are back. Any relief in sight over the next 5 to 7 days? We'll see if there's a break in there somewhere. Good morning, everybody. We've made it to Monday. It is August 14th.
Thanks for joining us. We hope you had a wonderful weekend. And for those of you going back to school, good luck.
Hope you have a great year.
Yes.
A bunch of districts going back today, including NEISD.
Yes, NEISD today. That's a big one. A lot of private schools. And then tomorrow we have SAISD.
Absolutely. So big week. Justin is in for Mike. Good morning, Justin.
Morning, guys. It was a busy weekend because we were getting the kids ready. It's amazing how much you forget you have to do to get ready for school. But there's a process there. It takes a while. And of course, the weather has not felt like back to school weather. It's been so very warm. I've got some good news. I think we're going to start to see some changes. We may have some rain chances tomorrow, some small ones. But by the end of the week and into the weekend, we could start to see some pattern changes, which I think you'll like. Right now, we do have clouds out there. As Mark mentioned, the low clouds have rolled in this morning. So cloudy skies at the airport. Temperature is 81 degrees there. New Braunfels 82. Bernie 73. We're looking at heat indices. Even at this hour, it feels like 86 here in town. It feels like close to 90 in New Braunfels. So as we look at the setup, here's a frontal boundary across North Texas. Showers and storms along that front. This front does actually have some potential to make it here tomorrow. Does it cool us down? No, but it could bring a shower or storm as we get into tomorrow afternoon. So as we look forward in time here, at least for today, the front's not here yet. So a lot of heat out ahead of that. And that's why I think temperatures will be back in the triple digits today. So as you head back to school, here's your forecast. 79 this morning, very muggy, warm, sticky. 104 this afternoon, another scorcher. So I give both of those temperatures an F. They don't pass. But as I said, we've got some good news ahead. We're going to talk more about that coming up in just a bit, guys.
It's a tough teacher.
I know, but we look forward to the good news. So it's a big back to school week again. The districts in our area going back today include Alamo Heights, East Central, Harlandale, Lackland, Northeast ISD, as well as Uvalde CISD. A lot of other kids start tomorrow. So to see our complete list, you can check out our website at KSAT.com.
Southside ISD is also beginning classes this morning.
And Max Massey joins us from Menchaca Early Childhood Center. And Max, what's cooking so far?
Good morning, guys. We are here at one of my favorite places of any school, a cafeteria. So, big changes coming to the South Side when it comes to food this year. Randy joining me again. Randy, what can families expect?
Well, the good news is that all of the students here at Southside ISD, the more than 6,000 students here, can eat free breakfast, lunch, and supper. And so some of the meals include pancakes, breakfast tacos, yogurt parfaits, burritos, hamburgers, pizza. All of that is free for our students. Oh, green enchiladas, can't forget that. So all of our students eat meals for free, and we're very proud about that.
We talked about the nutritional standards. What you're saying is delicious, but what about the nutrition of the students?
Sure. So nutritional standards, we abide by the federal government standards for nutrition, that all of our children are eating good and healthy meals. So it's good. And if they need seconds, well, they'll have to check with their campus about that.
Fantastic. Now, one of the things that I think is so interesting about Southside is the slushy situation. Now, we talked about it before, but they're actually healthy slushies, right?
We have healthy slushies at our secondary campuses. The students can get those, and they're made out of fresh fruit. So they're very good, nutritional, mango, grape. That sounds good right now.
All right, Randy, thank you so much. So, guys, we're here at Southside throughout the morning. Don't go anywhere. Hopefully, I can get a snack out of this. Back to you.
Thank you, Max. The San Antonio car wash was dealt some damage after it caught on fire. This happened yesterday to the car wash attached to the Exxon gas station near the corner of East South Cross and New Braunfels Avenue. Now, several fire units were sent and were able to put the fire out quickly. No one was hurt, and now investigators are trying to figure out how it all started.
Now to the destruction in Maui. That wildfire now considered to be the deadliest in modern U.S. history.
At least 93 people were killed, and the recovery effort is far from over. And as ABC's Andrew Dimbert reports, desperate families are scrambling to find their loved ones.
This morning, the number of lives lost in what's now the nation's deadliest fire is likely to rise, with only a small portion of the structures in Lahaina searched by cadaver dogs so far.
We're going as fast as we can. But just so you know, 3%. That's what's been searched with the dogs, 3%.
L.A. County sending a dozen of their cadaver dogs to search through what's left of the hundreds of buildings burnt to the ground. Hundreds of people are still missing. Search and rescue teams are going door to door looking for survivors. Outside a nearby family assistance center, families holding on to hope of finding lost loved ones. Ace Yabis says he's looking for 9 of his family members.
We've been to a lot of hotels inside Lahaina, but none of them are there. So we've been to police station, we called Red Cross, anywhere that we can find them, but nothing.
And we're now seeing the harrowing video taken by survivors, some taking shelter behind the seawall, others jumping into the ocean to escape the flames.
Both sides to the left and the right are on fire.
19-year-old Noah Tompkinson wading in the water with his mother and younger brother for 5 hours.
We're through the worst of it. We're gonna be okay.
And Mike Caccino, who owns a dog care business in Lahaina, saw the oncoming flames and ran to the beach.
There was times where we had to leave some of the dogs up on the wall or on the water while we swam out because we couldn't hold the dogs up, plus ourselves. At the very end, we were able to give them back to their parents.
But those fortunate enough to survive still bearing the pain of a community that now lies in ashes.
For a lot of us, everything we know is here. Everything we know we've grown up with, and it's just gone, completely gone.
And now the question being asked, could anything have been done to stop this tragedy? The island, home to one of the world's most comprehensive siren systems, most often used to warn of possible tsunamis, the Hawaii Emergency Management Agency confirms none were activated. Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
North Korean leader Kim Jong-un is calling for a drastic boost in his country's missile production capabilities. Now, according to state media, Kim says the North Korean military should be equipped with, quote, overwhelming military strength and be able to respond to any war at any time. Happened just days after Kim Jong-un discussed stepping up the military's war preparations in any offensive way, and just days before the U.S. and South Korea are set to hold an annual military drill in the South later this month.
In Ukraine, firefighters battled a large blaze overnight in what Ukrainian authorities said were Russian drone and missile attacks on the port city of Odessa, leaving at least 3 people wounded. Ukraine's Armed Forces Command in the south said that its air defense forces destroyed all 15 drones and 8 sea-based missiles that Russia launched at the port. A dormitory and a supermarket were damaged by falling missile debris. Earlier yesterday in Kyiv, 7 people, including a 23-day-old baby girl, were killed in Russian shelling. Right now, 437, 80 degrees.
Up next, how a new pilot program in San Antonio is creating a new path for veterans, their spouses, and at-risk youth.
Outside with traffic authority right now looking at TransGuide, and a little flashing light at 90 at Lackland, right there in the middle of the highway, likely construction. I see some barrels out there too, but shouldn't be any big problem. Just folks are tapping the brakes there in that area, as they should.
Yeah, should be careful out there. Looking out there with live cam, it's going to be a humid start for your back to school today for 80 degrees starting your Monday morning. We'll be right back.
441 now to a free tech training program for veterans, their spouses, and at-risk youth.
The first Empower graduates were so successful, it was now a rooted program here in San Antonio. And as Courtney Friedman reports, they just started an even bigger wave of training, and it's not too late to join.
Michaela Fry has been a military spouse for over 2 decades.
My husband served 21 years. He's retired, finally retired through Air National Guard, and still works on base.
Now she's focusing on her career in tech thanks to Empower, a national nonprofit offering veterans and spouses free IT training. In February, she caught our story on KSAT about the new pilot program in San Antonio. She signed up, just graduated on Friday, and already has started an apprenticeship.
Are you earning more now than you have before?
Absolutely. There's no question.
The first 16 weeks of the program cover basic tech training, offering 4 industry certifications.
I have my CompTIA ITF. I have Google Project Management, Google Fundamentals.
Then NPower can help her earn more certifications as she progresses.
Now, a lot of these classes are virtual, but students do come here to this office off of 410 to get help with cover letter and resume writing, as well as mock interviews.
92% of the students stayed through the whole pilot program, and 1/3 of the class already has new jobs. 44% of the class were women, furthering an NPower goal.
Increasing the amount of women in tech. They represent 5% globally, and so we're looking to diversify tech, change the stereotypes.
NPower San Antonio site director Samantha Coleman says another goal is to include more at-risk youth ages 18 to 26 in their classes.
Moving people from poverty to middle class status and reaching the most vulnerable in the community.
Fry hopes anyone eligible will take advantage.
It's opened up an entire world to me that I just never thought I would be able to achieve. I thought that was for other people, and now I can.
And that was Courtney Friedman reporting. Time now 4:43 and 80 degrees for now.
We're hearing from a teenager who survived a 100-foot fall off the edge of the Grand Canyon. Up next, how he says he was able to survive.
And welcome back. It is 4:45. The teenager who fell off a cliff at the Grand Canyon last week is speaking out about how he survived. ABC's Janae Norman has the details in today's GMA First Look.
In this morning's GMA First Look, lucky to be alive.
I almost died. I was like inches away from death at that time.
13-year-old Wyatt Kaufman surviving the unthinkable, falling off the north rim of the Grand Canyon.
Taking pictures with my cell phone and my camera, and then I went all the way up onto the very top of the point.
When suddenly he slipped and tumbled down, falling nearly 100 feet. These images capturing the park's search and rescue team's quick action, using ropes and other tools to pull the teen to safety. And coming up at 7 a.m., Wyatt is telling his harrowing survival story to Good Morning America.
I want to thank the park rangers, the park, the national park, everybody that helped me get out of there and helped me be able to be alive.
With your GMA First Look, I'm Janae Norman, ABC News, New York.
Guess what, guys? I confirmed construction.
Yeah.
TxDOT page shows there is construction eastbound Highway 90 at Enrique Barrera Parkway. That's what we saw a little bit earlier. Right there, TransGuide, thank you very much as the autofocus tries to pick up those lights. 2 lanes are currently blocked out there on eastbound Highway 90.
Something to look out for.
Yes, ma'am.
Maybe it's just me, but there's a lot of construction going on across the city right now, I feel like.
Yes.
There were some roads closed this weekend. Caused a little traffic delay. That's
Yes.
okay. That's okay. It's progress. It's progress. We're making some progress in the weather department, too, in the sense that I'm seeing some pattern changes towards the end of the weekend.
Okay, we'll
Fingers
take
crossed,
that.
guys. Fingers crossed. It's looking better. Here's the situation right now. We've got a frontal boundary across North Texas. Along that front, we've got some showers and storms up there around Amarillo and Lubbock. South of that front, still very warm and muggy. There are still heat advisories, excessive heat warnings, including here in San Antonio, that are in effect today. But by tomorrow, that front does try to move south into our area. Does it cool us down? No, but it will bring maybe a shower or storm with it. Here's a look at the high temperatures today, and you see the difference this front makes. In Lubbock today, 85, high of only 80 potentially in Amarillo. Some cooler stuff up there. But south of the front, you've got triple digits yet again. Will likely be there, 104 in San Antonio today. Here's a look at the forecast. So by tomorrow morning, that front's starting to drop south. It takes until the afternoon, though, for any sort of shower or storm development along this front. Now, this particular model puts most of that activity south of San Antonio during the afternoon hours. We'll see where this sets up. It's all going to depend on where that front kind of stalls out and washes out. I still think we have a very small chance here in town of seeing a stray shower or storm tomorrow. And then by tomorrow evening, it dies down. Right now, it's just a 10% chance. I know that's not great, but that's the best we can do right now. At least it is something. I mean, you look at the rainfall numbers. Since June 1st, we've only had about 1 inch of rain. That's more than 5 inches below the average. And if you look for the year, we're at 12.92, some 6 inches below average. Not as dry as last year, but pretty close. It's been a very dry stretch. Right now, 81, mostly cloudy, southerly winds at 10 miles per hour. Heat index is around 86. And our forecast today, 79 this morning. And by 11 a.m., 90 degrees this afternoon, 102 at 3 o'clock, 103 at 4 p.m., and we top out near 104. So the kids, as they get out of school today, those going back to school, yes, it is going to be very, very hot this afternoon. Dew points do come down some. We'll see some drier air by, say, 6 p.m. as these dew points come down a little bit. It is another CPS Energy yellow day. They ask that you conserve energy between 3 and 8 o'clock. We've been doing this basically every day. Feels like this summer, but there's the latest. You can do any one of these things to help kind of reduce the taxing of the Texas electrical grid, because we know it's going to be another one of those days. Here's a look at the futurecast. So this is what I was alluding to as far as some hope down the line. So our high pressure moves off to the north and west as we get into Tuesday. That's why this front can kind of sneak in. That's the first kind of bit of positive news. Then the high pressure comes back over top of us Thursday and Friday. Those are going to be some hot days. There's no way around that. But by the weekend, this thing starts to move north. It actually drifts up towards Chicago. So they'll get some of the hot weather up there. And a lot of times when that happens, we can get little disturbances that work in from the east, moving east to west. Should open the door, hopefully cools us down some, and we'll start to add in some very small rain chances as early as Sunday. We put in a 10% chance here, another 10% chance on Tuesday, as we talked about. We've still got triple digits across the board, and I think Thursday could be one of our hottest days, 106. But Sunday, right now, 102, 10% chance of rain. That would also be our 55th 100-degree day.
Wow.
So we're closing in on some records there. But again, I think this is a positive thing as far as the pattern goes.
Small chance looks good for 10%.
Yeah.
Chicago can have our high pressure.
Yeah, well,
I'm
they
okay
can
with
take
that.
it. Yeah, I'm with that.
451, 80 degrees.
A few new movies debuted at the box office this weekend, and up next, find out if they made enough to kick Barbie out of the top spot.
Here are your lottery numbers this morning as I try to talk at 4:51 in the morning. Pick 3 numbers 046 Fireball 4. Daily 4 numbers 3856 Fireball 6.
Cash 5, 8, 12, 13, 14, 34. Lotto Texas 15, 19, 31, 38, 43, 49. And your Powerball numbers 19, 21, 37, 50, 65. Powerball 26, Power Play 2. Good luck.
Barbie is still banking at the box office. Plus, the Foo Fighters are excited about their new drummer.
For the latest what's happening in Hollywood, here's ABC's Chuck Severston.
Okay, ladies, let's do this.
The director Greta Gerwig's film phenomenon about Mattel's iconic doll remained a runaway #1 at the box office in its 4th week. Barbie bringing in $33.7 million, according to studio estimates. Still in more than 4,000 theaters, Barbie has pulled in over $500 million in North America, a week after it crossed the $1 billion mark globally, a record for a female director.
You're the great improviser, but this you can't do in your head.
The second half of the Barbenheimer duo, Oppenheimer, returned to the #2 spot in its own 4th week. The Christopher Nolan-directed film from Universal brought in $18.8 million. Domestically, Oppenheimer's taken in over $264 million. The week's only major wide release, Universal's Last Voyage of the Demeter, finished 5th with a $6.5 million opening weekend. Throughout their most recent tour, the Foo Fighters are spotlighting their new live drummer, John Priest, with a medley dedicated to the many artists he's worked with, like Guns N' Roses, Blink-182, and Michael Bublé. August 14th birthdays include Halle Berry, 57, Mila Kunis, 40, and Steve Martin, 78. And that's what's happening in Hollywood. Chuck Severson, ABC News.
Just about 4 minutes till 80 degrees.
More charges could be coming against former President Donald Trump. Up next, how investigators are getting ready for what could be the 4th indictment against him.
Ahead on GMSA at 6, your household budget may soon get a breather. However, experts say it's too soon to declare victory over inflation. We'll look at why coming up.
And a quick check of the roads with TransGuide. Looking over again at this area at Highway 90 at Lackland. Appears to be construction, but we're going to be checking in for the very latest with RJ Marcus, who is in the studio right now. We'll check with him after the break.
Live from KSAT 12, Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
I'm ABC's Em Wynn in Atlanta, Georgia. This week, former President Donald Trump and his legal team could face a fourth indictment. The details coming up.
And here locally, waking up with live cam. It's 80 degrees out there. A lot of teachers and parents probably waking up before the students, I would imagine, and waking up to a humid morning.
Good morning, everybody. It's Monday, the 14th of August.
Thanks for joining us. We hope you had a wonderful weekend, and now it's back to school.
Yeah, it is. It's a big back to school week here in South Texas. The districts in our area going back to class today include Alamo Heights, East Central, Harlandale, Lackland, Northeast, and Southside ISDs, as well as Uvalde CISD. A lot of other kiddos start class tomorrow as well. To see our complete list, check out the list over at KSAT.com. Good morning, Justin.
Good morning. That alarm's going off early this morning for some, I would imagine. Let's check the bus stop forecast. You probably know where this is going, but 79 this morning, warm and sticky, southerly winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. This afternoon after school, not so fun. 104, another scorcher, southerly winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. Yeah, heat's still with us. We've had several days. Obviously, this has been one of our hottest stretches that we've ever seen here in San Antonio. Continues today with temperatures near 104. Before we get into the heat, though, I want to show you a picture here. The Perseids this weekend were beautiful, if you could see them. The clouds moved in, made it a little tough from time to time, but we got this great picture coming out of Comfort. You can see the meteor during the Perseid meteor shower. And this came in, this was from yesterday, I believe, 1:30 in the morning. Boy, that's pretty awesome. Great shot there. We appreciate it. Let's check in on your forecast again today. 79 this morning. As I said, noontime 93, and then around 104 is going to be our high temperature, mostly sunny. There is some good news, though. We have a frontal boundary, which doesn't cool us down tomorrow, but it does bring some rain chances with it. And then we're going to see an overall pattern change, I think, as we head into the weekend. And it is more good news. We're going to jump into all of that coming up in just a bit. But we want to get you some good news in the traffic department, too. Tell me everything's looking good this morning for back to school.
Oh, man. Okay, off to a little bit of a rough start so far, Justin. But hopefully, maybe kids are kind of getting ready right now. As we just mentioned right now, parents getting up right now. See a little bit of what's going on outside. US 90 at Lackland is something that Mark just talked about. 2 lanes closed right now, eastbound lanes there. 90 at Lackland, and this is due to some ongoing construction. I just talked to TransGuide. They said that this is going to be going on past the 5 o'clock hour. So this is something that we're definitely keep an eye on throughout the rest of the morning. As we take a look right now at our maps, you can see it's causing a little bit of a delay right now. Traffic starting to build up just a little bit. I'm told that it's going to be between Military and Hunt is where we're going to see most of the traffic build up throughout the morning. So definitely something to keep in mind if you're getting the kids ready for school this morning, if you have to head out as you make your way through the week. As we take a look at the rest of our maps here, we're going to see that citywide, things looking pretty good. There was a little bit of a delay there on 37 at Hot Wells. Called TransGuide on that one. They said that everything is clear and good to go in that area there. So really, right now, 90 in Lackland, that's the biggest thing that we're seeing in the moment. So talking about closures, this one has been pretty big throughout the entire weekend. This is actually going to restart again tonight, 8 o'clock to 5 a.m. The I-10, 410 East, the interchange there at I-10 in East San Antonio. So something to definitely keep in mind as you make your way in and about on your Monday morning. So again, we'll continue to monitor this and see how things are going throughout the rest of the morning. Mark and Stephanie.
Excuse me, RJ, thank you very much. Now to late breaking news. Hours of tough, hot work are finally coming to an end for crews who have been battling a house fire overnight.
They have been working on a street called East Mitchell near Roosevelt Avenue, and Katrina Weber is there with a live report. Katrina, was anyone hurt?
No, everyone inside this house made it out safely. Fire crews are all safe, but according to the battalion chief, they are also very exhausted. Let me show you what they dealt with here. This is what's left of a garage behind this home here on East Mitchell. Firefighters actually got called here just after 1 o'clock this morning, so they were in there for a good 3 hours battling the fire. They say it started in the garage somehow, possibly due to electrical problems, and then spread to the house very quickly. Well, the problem is it got in between the first and second floor of that house, and firefighters couldn't access it because the only stairwell that leads to the second floor was on fire by the time they got here. Now, we have some of the people who live there now coming back to see what's left of their home. Again, they all made it out safely, but a lot of damage here. and firefighters just going in. They said they're going to make sure that they're going to stay here and make sure that this fire doesn't spark up again. It did give them a lot of trouble, but they've managed to put it out again without anyone being hurt. Reporting live on the Southside, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Katrina. This morning, San Antonio police still haven't found the person responsible for shooting and killing a woman outside a downtown gas station this past weekend. The Bexar County Medical Examiner reporting that 34-year-old Deanna Mason was shot in her head and chest outside the Valero in the 900 block of West Hildebrand Avenue on Saturday. San Antonio police say she and the male suspect who shot her were riding in the same car when they got to the gas station. If you know anything about this incident, you are asked to call Crime Stoppers immediately.
On Lake Austin, several people are hurt and a teenager is missing after a boat ran aground last night. Austin Travis County EMS are calling the situation a mass casualty event after 6 people got hurt when that boat crashed into the shore. Several of the people on the boat suffered serious injuries. What started as a rescue mission is now a recovery mission as the search for that missing teen continued into the overnight hours last night. We'll keep you posted as that story continues to develop up in Austin. Well, this morning, Donald Trump and his legal team could be dealing with new charges related to the 2020 election.
This time the charges are originating in Georgia. And as ABC's M1 reports, that's where a district attorney just wrapped up her multi-year investigation into the former president's alleged efforts to overturn the election results there.
This morning, tighter security around the Fulton County, Georgia courthouse as a potential 4th indictment closes in on former President Donald Trump. Sources tell ABC News District Attorney Fani Willis will present her case to the grand jury this week.
He lost this state, and he continued to say he didn't lose it.
Willis's probe sparked in part by that phone call from Trump to Georgia's Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger after the 2020 presidential election, where the former president appeared to pressure Raffensperger to find the votes needed to win. The Georgia grand jury has heard testimony from more than 75 witnesses, including Raffensperger and Trump's former chief of staff, Mark Meadows, who was also on that call. And now several more witnesses have publicly confirmed they were called in to testify, including journalist George Chidi, who stumbled upon a meeting of alternate Trump electors at the state capitol and says that he was kicked out. Trump, the leading Republican candidate for 2024, has vehemently denied any wrongdoing.
We don't take plea deals because I did nothing wrong. It's called election interference.
Just days ago in Washington, federal judge Tanya Chutkan ruled in a separate federal election conspiracy case against Trump that the former president's defense team can publicly discuss special counsel Jack Smith's 4-count case against him, but cannot discuss evidence deemed sensitive by Smith's office. In the Georgia case, Trump has stepped up his criticism of Willis, who has long declined to comment on those insults, but recently responded, saying this is business and it will never be personal for her. M1, ABC News, Atlanta.
Okay, just about 5:08 on this back to school day, including all the Catholic schools in the Archdiocese.
And just ahead, how artificial intelligence is being used to detect wildfires before they spread.
It's been a long, hot, tough summer for San Antonio first responders. That includes a deadly house fire and a number of deadly shootings and violent crime. Up next, what a local organization is doing to help with their mental health as we head into the latter part of the year.
And looking out there with the live cam, 80 degrees, humid out there, but pretty calm compared to what we'll face later this afternoon. For those of you going back to school, good luck and be prepared for those afternoon temperatures. We'll be right back.
In a city full of history,
I think people like to have a sense of where they came from.
There are names behind every story.
I would drive around town and I'd see names, streets and parks and stuff. I said, I wonder who that guy was.
He didn't suffer fools and didn't have patience for people he didn't like.
He had a really awful, tragic death in 2006.
So they fought for 10 years.
Wednesday on the news at 6, KSAT explains the story behind San Antonio namesakes.
Maybe you never ask the question, oh, who is that park named after? But maybe someday you will.
Welcome back, 512. Recently, San Antonio has experienced the deadliest house fire in more than a decade and dozens of other fires and shootings.
There's been no shortage of violent crime and regular calls to first responders during this very hot summer. So now San Antonio agencies and nonprofits as well are stepping up to support emergency workers. Departments like the San Antonio Fire Department and San Antonio Police Department have programs in place to support their staff, but they are not the only ones taking additional action this summer. Nonprofits like the 100 Club are stepping up to give additional resources. With the violence that our local heroes see on a daily basis, the 100 Club president says that he is trying to provide as much support as possible.
To go off the job and then to your family and be able to turn that off like a switch, it's difficult.
Over time, that can definitely take a toll on a person.
And while it hasn't been an easy summer for first responders, Miller at least hopes the conversations of mental health are getting a little easier. To see how these resources can help, you can head over to our website at KSAT.com.
513, 80 degrees.
Up next, what we know so far about a major redesign of the Apple Watch.
Plus how Instagram is making it easy to jazz up your photos with your favorite music. GMSA Party of Four, your table is now available. Good morning, everybody.
Yay,
Morning.
we're ready.
How you doing, RJ? Good, good. Got a little bit of those first day jitters, I guess. I'm feeling it from the kids going back to school.
Oh, the back to school vibe.
Yes, the back to school vibe.
Yeah, today's a big one, a big one. And we've got another couple big ones coming up, right? Tomorrow and then next week.
Yes, well, tomorrow SAISD, I'm sure there's some next week, but I know the big one is the week after that.
Okay.
Believe it or not, Northside ISD, they have another 2 weeks before they go in. Yeah.
Okay.
And you know, some other kids are like, well, how come how come that
Including RJ.
It does, and that's what I keep saying. It evens out at the end. But good to have you here.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Yeah, filling in for Steven today and taking a look outside of TransGuide traffic cameras. I have a little bit of activity that we've been following throughout the past half hour or so. This is going on there at US 90 at Lackland. So the eastbound lanes of US 90 right now, we have 2 lanes blocked at the moment. And you're seeing our TransGuide traffic camera taking a look here. And I've been told from TransGuide that this is going to take a little while. Actually seen a couple of emergency vehicles kind of show up in this area over the past 15 minutes or so. As we take a look at the maps, you can see we're seeing a little bit of a traffic buildup. So this is going to be from Hunt Lane all the way to West Military Drive. So something to definitely keep in mind there if you have to make your way in and around the city or maybe, you know, kind of getting the kids ready for school in and about this area. Again, 90 at Lackland, basically camera that we were looking at. The eastbound lanes, 2 of those are blocked at the moment. As we take a look at our citywide map, a lot of green the rest of the way here on our screens, and traffic looking pretty good the rest of the way. We'll continue to monitor how things look throughout the rest of the area. Of course, kids getting up, getting ready to go, a lot of school districts starting to things up, and when we come back a little bit later, we'll show you exactly some of these bus stop rules that you kind of need to be aware of. But right now, US 90 at Lackland, that's the biggest thing that we're following at the moment. Justin, how are things looking outside, my man?
Well, looks good. And we're less than 2 weeks away from Friday Night Football?
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, exciting stuff. We know the heat has been just awful the last several weeks. This has been one of the hottest stretches San Antonio's ever seen over the last 7 days or so. But if you look at 2023, the number of days at 105 or above, we've had 14. Okay, that blows out the old records by a large margin. The next most was 4 last year. So this has just been a brutal, brutal summer, and we could use some rain on top of everything else and on top of these hot temperatures. But you look at the calendar, every day has been above 100 so far this month. And we're averaging about 5.7 degrees above the average. And the hottest was 106. We've had several days where we've hit 106. We're now at 48 days at 100 or above. Are we going to get the record for most 100-degree days? Remains to be seen. It'll be a close call because I do think we have some changes headed our way. Maybe, just maybe, we can get rid of some of these triple digits as we get into next week. Not a sure thing yet, but something to look forward to. Max temperatures today, much cooler in the Texas Panhandle behind a front. Same in Lubbock, but south of that front, still going to be very hot. 106 in Austin, 106 Laredo, 104 here. And here's that front I'm talking about. It actually does sink south into our area. Don't get too excited, though. This does not actually cool us down. This is more or less just a push of drier air. That's what we'll call it, because temperatures will still be in the triple digits tomorrow, by the way. This is tomorrow, not today. So 4 p.m. tomorrow, that front comes through, and it does want to touch off a few showers or storms. This particular model takes it all south to San Antonio. I don't think that's exactly where some of these showers and storms will end up. I think we have a small chance here in town. Right now, just 10%. But it is there, something to look forward to tomorrow as that front washes out across our area and sinks to the south. Right now, we've got 80 degrees and mostly cloudy. Winds out of the south at about 8 miles per hour, and the heat index is already up to 85. We should dip maybe a degree or two more this morning before we turn the corner and make our way up to 104 today. 100 in Fair Oaks Ranch, 103 in Divine, 104 in Pearsall. Let me take you out to the tropics. Notice most of the Atlantic is very, very quiet. We do expect things will pick up in the coming weeks, but still not a lot out there yet. With that being said, I want to mention that we have a nice plume of dust that's working across the Atlantic. Some of this can make it towards Texas over the next week or so. We'll keep tabs on that. But the other thing to watch too, a couple waves now that'll be coming off of Africa, showing some promise by the computer models, and the National Hurricane Center is giving us a 20% chance of development, both waves. So we'll see what comes from that. But we are starting to move towards the peak of hurricane season, which typically happens early September. As we look at the futurecast here, our ridge of high pressure does move off to the north and west. By Tuesday, that's what opens the door tomorrow for that weak frontal boundary we talked about. And then high pressure swings back over us Thursday and Friday before moving north by Sunday. This is what I think brings us some cooler temperatures and may open the door for some rain chances. We'll see. It's still a little too far out to say with great certainty. But what I can tell you is that triple digits are a good bet all week long, with Thursday and Friday being some of our hottest days. But you'll notice that 10% chance there Tuesday and Sunday.
I saw a post this weekend from the Fredericksburg Police Department, and they were on bike patrol, and they had one of those laser thermometers.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see the temperature they got off their pavement up there?
I don't want to know.
157.
Oh.
It was averaging around 145 in and around Main Street there in Fredericksburg this week.
It's not surprising.
Not at all.
No.
Oh, my goodness.
Yep. All I'm thinking is please keep your doggos off the pavement.
Yes.
Except for maybe this time of day.
Good
Be
point.
careful.
All right, 523, 80 degrees.
And remember when Jurassic Park arrived in theaters for the first time?
Yeah.
Well, that was 30 years ago. And yes, you're almost as old as a dinosaur now. But up next, we're going to tell you about the film's colossal return to theaters.
Jurassic Park returns to the big screen in 3D, and Adam Sandler is releasing a new comedy on Netflix.
Here's CNN's David Daniel with the Hollywood Minute.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
Prepare for another visit to Jurassic Park. Steven Spielberg's iconic film is returning to the big screen in honor of its 30th anniversary. The dinosaurs stomp into Real D 3D theaters across North America August 24th.
I know she hurt you, but I'm sure she misses her best friend.
I'm gonna take that as a maybe.
Adam Sandler's latest film is a family affair. The funny man stars alongside his real-life wife and daughters in the comedy You Are So Not Invited to My Bat Mitzvah. This is the first look at the Netflix feature, which arrives on the streaming platform August 25th. Paramore has canceled the remainder of its current tour. The pop-punk band cut its This Is Why tour short after lead singer Hayley Williams contracted a lung infection. Williams shared the news on the band's Instagram account, noting she was at risk for long-term damage and needed to pay attention to her body. Ticket holders can get refunds at point of purchase. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
If you want to feel really old, the little boy in Jurassic Park was the bass player in Bohemian Rhapsody.
What?
Go back and look. His name is Joseph Mazzello. That was him. 527, 80 degrees.
The average family spent about $700 more last month compared to 2 years ago to buy the same goods. Up next, how a pause in rising interest rates could soon give your family a financial break.
Plus, the San Antonio city manager is in talks about how to put your tax dollars to work. We'll check on how the money is being used to fund things like animal care services, our police department, and other essentials throughout the Alamo City.
Plus, we're going to show you how much you can save right now on airfare now that the summer travel season is winding down.
And ahead on GMSA at 6, we're finally seeing some movement in Hollywood as the writer's strike reaches past 100 days. What they're saying about a new offer from the studios over the weekend. Making headlines this morning. If you're feeling like you have less money than usual these days, you're not alone.
Look at how much parents are paying for materials for children, back to school materials. Prices have gone up. Maybe the rate of increase may slow, but the level has gone up significantly.
Up next, how much more on average people are paying for the same basic things and why some households could soon get a financial breather.
And looking out there with live cam, yes, we're starting at 80 degrees, and yes, we'll see triple digits. However, I am focusing on the glimmer of hope that Justin will share with us in just a moment.
That's right. Good morning, everybody. It is Monday, the 14th, another back to school Monday.
That's right. Well, happy back to school, and we hope you pack lots of water for your school day today.
Yes. Justin, good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, it's going to be another very hot one. But we do, as you mentioned, have some glimmers of hope in the forecast. So we're keeping our fingers crossed for that.
Yeah, we'll take it for sure.
So as we look outside for you right now, we've got some clouds trying to work their way in. And it may be a cloudy start, but we'll see plenty of sun this afternoon. 80 right now. Heat index is at 85. New Braunfels 80. Feels like 85. So we already got a heat index even at this hour. It's a good time, though, to walk the dog because we talked about it earlier. The asphalt gets so very hot by the time we get into mid-morning and certainly by the afternoon. Kerrville 76. Not much of a heat index yet, but you will later this afternoon. Here's the setup. We've got our front about it across North Texas. Some showers and storms ongoing this morning there. This front stays up across North Texas today, but by tomorrow, it does make a push, makes a run for South Texas. That brings some small rain chances into the forecast by tomorrow afternoon. In the meantime, still heat, more heat advisories today. Excessive heat warning stretching from San Antonio to Houston over to all of Louisiana and Mississippi, Alabama, where the heat will really be cranking up today. Back to school forecast as you head out the door this morning, warm and sticky. Then 104 this afternoon, so another scorcher. I was a tough grader, but I'm giving it an F in both regards because it is back to school. It should be cooler. At least that's the way I feel about it. We'll get some cooler weather, though, I think, down the line. Pattern change possible by late in the weekend and into next week. All right, how's traffic looking this morning? Let's toss it over to RJ now with the latest there.
Man, a big ol' F there, Justin.
A big one.
You are a tough grader, man. Actually, traffic is improving here, so let's pick up the grades a little bit for traffic. Now, this kind of looks a little messy here. This is US 90 at Medio Creek, but we've been following this construction from overnight there on the eastbound, the near west side here of San Antonio. So US 90 Medio Creek traffic moving along a little bit smoother in this area. I was taking a look at our TransGuide traffic camera there at 90 at Lackland. Those crews have cleared out there, so things should start to move a little bit better in our area there. We just saw from that camera traffic moving along a little bit slowly, but still we're getting there. So again, we had some construction here that was blocking the two lanes, the eastbound lanes there, US 90 at Lackland. So this is what our maps are showing right now in terms of traffic flow, but things should be clearing out here over the next 15 minutes or so as we take a look at the rest of the city. And again, things looking pretty good out there for everyone else as people get up and get going here. A lot of school districts are starting things up so far for the start of school. So a lot of excitement there, but be careful if you're headed out there this morning. Be safe and cautious, especially if you see some of these construction crews out there or anyone else pulled out there to the side of the road. Just keep all of this stuff in mind. So we'll continue to follow the very latest on your back to school Monday here, and it should be a good time out there the rest of the way, hopefully. All right, Mark and Stephanie, back to you guys.
Thank you, RJ. This time of year can be exciting for parents, students, and teachers. It's back to school for many across our community today.
And Max Massey joins us from Menchaca Early Childhood Center on the South Side. And Max, is the district ready?
Good morning. The classes are ready. The lunches are packed. The students just need to arrive for the first day of school. Speaking of school, joined here with Brittany. So Brittany, you guys have been preparing for months. How did that preparation look?
A lot of planning and preparation over the summer goes into, trainings, setting class lists. We are expecting about 950 students on the first day of school. So there is definitely a lot of, logistics that go into getting all those students here safely.
This is such an exciting time, not only for families and the students who walk through the doors, but also for you and the staff. What are you most excited about this year?
Oh my gosh, we love seeing the kids walk through the door. They are excited to be here, and we're excited to have them, mostly because this age, early childhood, they are absolutely adorable. So that's what we're excited about.
Fantastic. As families get ready for the day, as they get ready to drop them off. What should they expect for not only the first day, but really what could be the start of a great school year?
I would say a big thing is definitely prepare your patients. With the amount of students that we have, you know, the drop-off lines, they're going to be longer than normal. People are getting back into the routine of going to school and what that's going to look like. So just be patient with us. Drop-off's going to be a little bit longer. Pickup's going to be a little bit longer. So be here early if you can.
All right, Brittany, thank you so much. Guys, we're going to be here at Southside throughout the morning, so don't go anywhere. Back to you.
And a quick reminder, if you're sending your student back to class this week, KSAT wants to make sure they're set up for success. We hosted a town hall to help answer questions parents, students, and teachers might have going into the school year. Just head to our website, ksat.com, to watch or learn more about what was discussed. U.S. household budgets may soon get a bit of a breather.
Although it is too soon to declare a victory over inflation, many economic analysts believe things are heading in the right direction. And as CNN's John Lawrence reports, the Federal Reserve may finally hold interest rates steady next month.
The average U.S. family spent about $700 more in July compared to 2 years ago to buy the same goods and services, according to Moody's Analytics.
Look at how much parents are paying for materials for children, back to school materials. Prices have gone up. Maybe the rate of increase may slow, but the level has gone up significantly.
The main cause for consumers forking out more money is still high inflation. In an attempt to curb these rising prices, the Federal Reserve boosted U.S. interest rates 11 times since March 2022.
It's no fun. No one likes it, but if you're going to get inflation back in the bottle, this is part of the process. Good news is inflation is getting back in the bottle.
The CME FedWatch tool says the financial markets believe there's nearly a 90% chance the central bank will hold rates steady in September.
We have a kind of a Goldilocks economic situation where economic growth is slowing without going into a recession.
Another reason for economic optimism, wages are starting to outpace inflation.
Things feel like they're moving in the right direction. Hopefully, 6-12 months down the road, the Fed can start taking its foot off the brakes and lowering those interest rates, and the banking system will, feel a lot better as a result.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
And dozens of news organizations are speaking out after police conducted a raid on a Kansas newspaper. The raid on the Marion County Record, based in central Kansas, happened last Friday. Police seized computers, cell phones, and other documents. Now, authorities accused the newspaper of identity theft and unlawful use of a computer. Comes after the paper published a story about a local businesswoman. Now, she claims reporters obtained information about her illegally, and the article was an attempt to smear her name. The Reporters Committee for Freedom of the Press sent a letter to the Marion Police Chief condemning that raid. 34 news organizations, including CNN, the Washington Post, and the New York Times, signed that letter.
In Michigan, a retired Russian fighter jet flying over an air show crashed as thousands of spectators watched in horror. Take a look. The two people on board the jet ejected before it went down yesterday. No official word on their conditions overnight. When the plane hit the ground, it burst into a raging fireball, narrowly missing an apartment building and hitting vehicles, but not injuring anyone on the ground. There goes. Videos taken by spectators appeared to show an explosion before the two people in the jet ejected. The FAA and the NTSB will investigate that crash.
Very scary. Time now, 5:39 and 80 degrees for now.
Up next, what City Manager Eric Walsh is saying about how our tax dollars are going to work in this year's city budget and how to have your voice heard.
And let's look out there with live cam. It's a calm 80 degrees for now. So go ahead and do your morning errands before that sun comes out. We'll be right back.
The city of San Antonio is expected to grow its budget to $3.7 billion this year, a 9% increase from last year. And there's still time to have your voice heard before the budget gets finalized.
City Manager Eric Walsh joined Leading SA to explain the process and how to get involved.
City Manager Eric Walsh joined us. We talked about a lot. We talked about what goes into the budget. We talked about some of those key items that we're seeing huge increases with. We talked about the police department budget, that huge increase. We talked about ACS, Animal Care Services, a 26% budget increase. And we talked about planning for the continued population growth here in San Antonio. As we see the Alamo City not only growing upward but outward, how does the city of San Antonio, how do we prepare for that? Here's a little bit of our conversation.
How we plan for that, Max? You have to plan for it, right? Both from a financial standpoint, but also from an execution standpoint. The work we're doing out at the airport and the new expansion, the implementation of the 2022 bond, making sure that we are laying the work out over the next 3 to 5 years that needs to be done, because we can't do it all in 1 year. But more importantly, making sure we have the resources and we're making the smart financial decisions as a city to be able to continue to afford and be thoughtful about how we spend that money. The balancing act is doing that from a growing community, but then also maintaining what we have.
You can check out the full discussion right now. Just head to the Leading Essay section of KSAT.com. We have a Leading Essay every Sunday morning at 8 a.m. So guys, we'll see you next Sunday. Back to you.
Thank you, Max. 544, 80 degrees.
The drive-through line just a little too long for you at your local Starbucks. Well, up next, how Target is helping with that.
And checking TransGuide, 1604 out there at Spurs Ranch Road. Things look great. RJ is in for Steven this morning. We'll talk to him coming up a little later in the newscast.
Welcome back. It is 5:48 in your morning consumer headlines. Airfares are dropping as summer travel season winds down. So the latest data from travel site Hopper says that average domestic round trip right now is $257. So that's down 11% compared to last year. Experts say that prices often drop off late in the summer, and other factors include the lowering price of jet fuel and increased airline capacities. Better act fast, though. If you want to take advantage, the seasonal dip in prices is only for a short time before they climb back up again for the holiday season.
This next story really perked Steph up this morning. You could soon get two of your favorite things, Target and Starbucks, in one stop, and you never even have to leave your car. Target's curbside pickup will soon include orders from Starbucks. You just have to use the Target app and place your order for pickup. A Target team member will then deliver it. Target says the drive-up service will be available at all locations by October. And you say you're already seeing this?
I saw it. I mean, I didn't get to experience it myself,
Right.
but we were getting a Target pickup order, and then we saw somebody get Target bags and, and Starbucks, and we're like, how does that happen?
What about me?
So apparently our local Target does that, which is the one by Crossroads, Balcones Heights Target.
Oh, yeah.
That big one there. We just didn't know about it. So, but I only feel a little bad for the employees, because that's more for them, for them to keep track of.
Yeah, but Steph's day just got a little better. 549, 79 degrees.
Let's check back with RJ Marcus, who I'm sure will take advantage of this perk as well.
Oh, absolutely. I always eventually end up getting Starbucks at Target. It never fails. I always see it and I'm like, I'm not going to do it. End up doing it. But as we just mentioned, get the coffee out, any type of coffee that you want to drink, because it's back to school. Got a lot of things going on this Monday morning. We start our week. Taking a quick look at TransGuide there. We've been talking about this at 90 at Lackland. Appears as if construction is clearing out a little bit. I did see an emergency vehicle kind of lingering there, but traffic is not being too slowed in that area. 35 at Benton and 35 at Palo Alto. Traffic moving along pretty smooth. Do have a report of a stalled vehicle there, northbound lanes at Rittiman Road on the northeast side, but traffic looks like it's moving pretty smooth in this area right now. Not a major concern, but something that we will continue to follow. All right, we've been mentioning back to school here, so do want to mention a couple of bus passing rules if you make your way in and around. Vehicles traveling in both directions must stop on a 2-lane road right there. If we have a multi-lane road here, then again, same thing. Vehicles must traveling in both directions must stop for these yellow school buses. And the only time it's a little bit different here is in a divided highway where we have slowed vehicles on the opposite end, but vehicles traveling in the opposite direction, they can proceed again with caution. So just something to keep in mind if you're headed out. Going to see a lot more school buses over the next couple of days or so as kids get ready for school. And guys, I'm always amazed at how these kiddos get out, get their pack bags ready. I always kind of like seeing them walk into their back home or back to school. It's always kind of a good sign of that school's back.
Yeah.
It's a ritual, and we're there.
We're there. Just hope they bring bottled water with them on their
smart.
trip. Yeah.
Good luck getting my kids out of bed, man. We've been trying to change the bedtime, but it's not working. It's tough. Parenting stuff. Anyway, let me show you the setup across Texas as we do head back to school today. Yes, it's still going to be hot. South of our frontal boundary, which is still parked up across North Texas. And that's where we see some showers and storms this morning. This front is going to sink south towards our area tomorrow, but don't get too excited because it's not going to cool us down, one. And there is a chance, a very small chance of rain with it, but it is small. We're talking 10%. So as that front sits up there today, you'll see cooler temperatures to the north and then very hot temperatures to the south. Still excessive heat warning stretching from San Antonio over to the southeastern portion of the country. And that includes the Valley and Corpus Christi as well. 106 in Austin today, 104 in San Antonio. So there's the heat. You go north of that front, 70s and 80s across parts of the Texas Panhandle. So a nice cool down for them. We don't feel that. Now, as we get into tomorrow, this front, as I said, does sink south into the area. This is Tuesday afternoon, tomorrow afternoon. And it does show some showers and maybe a storm developing along this front. I think this probably overdoes it a little bit, but we are going to put in a 10% chance of rain tomorrow. Just want to let you know. I don't think you're going to get a lot of rain. I don't think it's going to be widespread, but just know that the radar could reveal a shower or storm by tomorrow afternoon, which is not a bad thing. We'll take anything we can get at this point. That front washes out, and it will still be hot the rest of this week. San Antonio rainfall, boy, we're way behind average here. 1.08, some 5 inches below average since June 1st. If you look at the yearly total, 12.92, we're some 6 inches below average. And our rain chances, 10% tomorrow. We put in some 10% chances on Sunday too. So some small chances, but at least we're getting something to change here. 80 degrees right now, partly cloudy, southerly winds at 7. Our forecast today, 81 at 8 a.m., noontime 93. As we get out of school later today, 104 will be the high temperature. Another day where we're well above 100 degrees, and it's another CPS Energy yellow day. You want to conserve between 3 and 8 p.m. There's some things you can do to help conserve the energy as the Texas state grid still having to put out a lot of energy. High pressure slides to the north and west. That's what helps that weak front come through tomorrow. Then it comes back over top of us. And then by the weekend, it scoots north, and that may open the door for some showers to work back into South Texas and maybe some cooler temperatures too, which is why we added that 10% chance in on Sunday. So the extended forecast, still a lot of triple digits there. Thursday may be our hottest day. We're going to probably be at about 55 days at 100 or above by Sunday. That puts us very close to that record, which we finished second last year. The most 100-degree days is 59. So we'll be right there. We'll see how it ends up.
Oh, my goodness. Well, I mean, as long as it payoffs later and we go down to nice temperatures.
If we don't get the record, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, that's true, too. Thank you.
5:54, and a quick look at your lottery numbers this morning. Pick 3, 046, Fireball 4, Daily 4, 3856, Fireball 6.
Cash 5, 8, 12, 13, 14, 34. Lotto Texas, 15, 19, 31, 38, 43, 49. And your Powerball numbers, 19, 21, 37, 50, 65, Powerball 26, Power Play 2. Good luck.
Ahead the next hour, GMSA, a tragic situation unfolding Sunday on Lake Travis near Austin. What we've learned about the deadly incident overnight. And later, our back-to-school team coverage continues with Max Massey stopping by at Southside High School before their first day of school. But first, it's been a brutal summer for first responders. How one nonprofit is making their mental health a top priority. That's coming up next before 6:30. And TransGuide 35 at Benton City Road. We'll be right back.